So tell me about how did you become the spokesperson for National Adoption Day?
Well, I have been an ambassador for the Dave Thomas Foundation for a little bit under a year. And it's been really amazing to be able to be a part of that. So yeah, so I got a call from National Adoption Day and they said, hey, will you be the spokesperson this year? And I said, yes, of course. It was just an honor to be asked that, so.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
How have your classmates through the years reacted to you being adopted?
Oh, it's been weird, actually. They don't really understand. They say, well, what about your real mom? What about your real dad? And I don't think of it that way. I think of it as my real mom and dad are at home right now. You know what I mean? I think of this as my family, so it's definitely hard for them to understand, but I think if you just sort of say, well, this is my real family, I'm no different than you, then they'll just understand and sort of leave you alone.
What other advice do you have for kids who might be afraid to share that they're adopted? I know that's been kind of a concern with my daughter. So what advice do you have for kids that are kind of afraid of how people will react?
Oh, that's a really great question. I think it's just important to tell kids that it's amazing being adopted. I mean, these other kids, they were born and they have amazing families, I'm sure, but, we're chosen. Like, we were chosen, and that's pretty special.
It sure is. How has being adopted shaped who you are?
I'm sorry, one more time?
How has being adopted shaped the person that you are?
Okay. It has shaped the person I am in many, many ways. I think it makes me a strong person. I know it gets difficult, when people don't understand it very well. And so I think it's cool to be able to say and know a lot about it and say, well, I'm adopted and, my parents are amazing and they adopted twice. And I think it shaped who I am and really made me a stronger, better person, because I know that it's a lot easier sometimes to sort of victimize yourself, but when you're strong and, you are confident and you let people know that you are confident in who you are and that, you know what you want, I think it's very important and special.
Great. What do you want people to know about foster care and adoption?
I want people to know that, there are a lot of kids out there, over 100,000 kids out there that really need help and they need a family and love and support. And I think it's important to let them know that it could be really hard. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be so worth it. And these kids are just going to love them. And all these kids have such a light and a beautiful, innocence around them. And so when you help a child, it gives you such a happy, fulfilling feeling. So, yeah.
Great. My daughter collected over 20,000 pairs of socks for foster kids last year.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, when she was a foster child, she only had white socks, and so it made her feel different. So she set out to collect colorful socks for foster kids, and it just exploded.
Oh my
But what else can
gosh.
kids do to promote foster care and adoption?
Well, please tell her that I said hello. That's amazing, unbelievable.
I will.
I think we can do a lot. I know it's hard for kids to get involved, but I think it's easier when you sort of compare it to things. These kids don't have the iPhones and the computers and the room of their own. So, if say you're performing at a talent show or whatever, take something to your school or, just take something to your school in general, even if there is no special occasion, and say, I'm collecting toys for foster kids, or I'm collecting socks, for instance, for foster kids to help them and to give them something, to look forward to. Shoes, anything is great.
Great. Do you ever think about fostering or adopting when you're older?
Definitely. I want to adopt when I'm older. Most definitely.
Great. And what's next in your career?
Well, Rio 2 comes out in April 2014. I'm the daughter bird of the two main birds, and it's going to be so much fun. Has your daughter seen Rio?
She has. Yeah, she loves Rio.
Good. She's going to love this movie. If she likes music, this is a really good movie for her.
Good. She does. She's a music fan.
That's amazing. How old is she?
She's 12.
Oh, well, please tell her I said hello. My little sister's 12.
Oh, great. It's a fun age. It's a hard age. And then when you add in, as you know, all of the adoption and foster care stuff, it's a complicated age.
Definitely.
Well, she's a big fan, and so am I, so it was so great talking to you.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.